is the League Cup favorite as Arsenal prepare to face Chelsea? Hey friends, please subscribe my channel and get daily Arsenal and EPL all-club update news. The Carabao Cup semifinals have been confirmed, with Man City favorites at 13-8, ahead of Arsenal, Chelsea, and holders Newcastle, with the final set for Wembley in March 2026. The first domestic final is just over 2 months away, and we're down to the last 4. The two-legged semifinals kick off this week with the first match at St. James Park, where Newcastle United will host Man City. As the current Carabao Cup champions, having home advantage in the first leg should benefit them as they aim to fend off Erling Haaland and his teammates. Man City's track record in the League Cup, particularly under Pep Guardiola, speaks volumes. Despite not progressing beyond the quarterfinal in the past 4 seasons, Guardiola previously led the team to an unprecedented 4 consecutive League Cup victories. They'll also be buoyed by the fact that they haven't lost twice to the Magpies in a single season since 1983-84. In other news, the semi-final lineup includes an all-London clash as Premier League leaders Arsenal take on Chelsea. New manager Liam Rosenior will be hoping to make an immediate impact at his new club with a strong performance in his first match at Stamford Bridge, reports The Mirror. Historically, the Blues have a robust record against Arsenal in this competition, having lost only 2 ties in the 1976-77 first round and more recently in the 2017-18 semi-final. Mikel Arteta will be keen to make a significant impact and avoid the undesirable record of leading the club to its 10th semi-final defeat. This is a feat that no team has accomplished before, with both Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur currently tied on 9 semi-final losses since the competition began. Who are the favorites to win the League Cup? Manchester City are the favorites according to the bookies, with the best odds currently offered by Betway and AK Bets at 7-4, while Betfred have them at 13-8. Other bookmakers, including Bet365, Paddy Power, Betfair, and Sky Bet, all have Pep Guardiola's side at 6-4 to secure his 5th League Cup trophy during his tenure at the Etihad Stadium. Hot on their heels is Mikel Arteta's Arsenal, former protege of Guardiola, with odds closely matched at 7-4 with William Hill and Betfred. The Gunners, who have only clinched 1 piece of silverware under Arteta, stand a solid chance of potentially setting up a final showdown with City if the semifinals go in their favor, and the bookies currently have them priced neck and neck. Meanwhile, Chelsea are not far behind, with the best odds of 9-2 offered by Bet365, Unibet, and SpreadX, as the Blues aim to make a swift impression under new boss Rosenior. The 5-time winners are also listed at 4-1 with William Hill, 888 Sport, and 10Bet at the time of writing. Newcastle, the current holders, are considered the least likely to win among the 4 teams, but they still have decent odds at 11-2 to retain their trophy from last season. Eddie Howe's squad is currently best priced at 7-1 with AK Bets, while William Hill, Paddy Power, and Corral all offer odds of 13-2 for them to repeat their success from last season. Manchester City stand alone as the League Cup favorites as Arsenal prepare to face Chelsea in a semi-final that feels like a storm waiting to break over English football. The Carabao Cup has reached the stage where reputations are no longer enough, and only nerve, quality, and ruthlessness decide who earns the right to walk out at Wembley. With the domestic calendar already punishing and pressure mounting from every direction, this competition has become more than a secondary trophy. It is a psychological battleground where clubs test their belief, their depth, and their ambition. The spotlight naturally falls on Manchester City because history has taught everyone to fear them in this tournament. Pep Guardiola's side may not have dominated the League Cup in recent seasons, but the legacy of those 4 straight triumphs still hangs over the competition like a shadow. Every opponent knows that when City senses a trophy within reach, they become something else entirely. Calm turns into control, control turns into suffocation, and before teams realize it, the game is gone. That aura is why the bookmakers have placed them above everyone else. It is not just about current form, it's about memory, fear, and the quiet understanding that Guardiola's City do not take knockout football lightly. Their semi-final against Newcastle adds another layer of intrigue. Newcastle arrive as holders, proud of the moment they lifted the trophy and desperate to prove that it was not a one-off. St. James Park under the lights is one of the most hostile and emotionally charged venues in the country, especially when silverware is on the line. Eddie Howe's team know they must make that first leg count because going to the Etihad needing a result is a nightmare scenario. Yet even with that home advantage, Man City remain favorites because of their depth and their cold-blooded approach to two-legged ties. Guardiola understands these battles better than almost anyone. He knows how to manage tempo, how to control risk, and how to squeeze the life out of an opponent over 180 minutes. While City dominate the betting, the real emotional heart of this round lies in London. Arsenal against Chelsea is not just a semi-final, it's a clash of identities, philosophies, and fragile ambitions. Arsenal arrive as league leaders, confident, vibrant, and driven by the belief that this might finally be their moment. Mikel Arteta has built something that feels serious, something that feels capable of handling pressure. Yet the League Cup carries its own ghosts for Arsenal. 9 times they have fallen at the semi-final stage, and that record hangs heavily over this team. Arteta knows that another failure here would deepen the narrative of near misses and unfinished business. Chelsea, on the other hand, are walking into this tie with a new voice in the dressing room and a sense of chaos that can either destroy a team or free it. Liam Rosenior steps into his first major test with the knowledge that a strong showing against Arsenal would instantly change the mood around the club. Chelsea's history in this competition is strong. They have rarely been knocked out by Arsenal in the League Cup, and that confidence matters. Players remember these things even if they pretend not to. They know that this badge has a habit of rising in moments like this. The bookmakers reflect this tension. Arsenal are right behind City in the odds because people see the hunger in this squad. Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, and Declan Rice and their supporting cast have been playing with the fire of a group that believes it is on the brink of something bigger. They don't just want a good season, they want a season that changes how the club is viewed. A run to Wembley would do that. It would announce that Arsenal are no longer just challengers, but contenders across every front. Chelsea are slightly further back in the betting, but that doesn't mean they're out of the picture. Cup competitions have always suited them because chaos often favors the brave. They have players who can decide matches in moments, players who don't need rhythm to produce brilliance. In a two-legged tie against Arsenal, that unpredictability could be deadly. Rosenior will likely try to tighten them up defensively and then let his attackers run free in transition. It's a dangerous recipe when executed well. Newcastle, despite being holders, are seen as outsiders because of the opponent they face. That feels harsh in some ways because this team has shown that it can handle big occasions. Yet facing Manchester City in a two-legged semi-final is a different level of challenge. It's not enough to win one big night. You have to survive 2, and City are masters of making sure that the second night always belongs to them. So when the question is asked who is the League Cup favorite, the answer remains Manchester City. They have the pedigree, the manager, and the psychological edge, but the margins are thin and the stories waiting to unfold are too powerful to ignore. Arsenal see this as a chance to bury a painful record and step closer to a new era of success. Chelsea see it as an opportunity to ignite belief under a new manager. Newcastle see it as a chance to defend their crown and prove they belong among the elite. This is what makes this stage of the competition so intoxicating. It's not just about lifting a trophy, it's about rewriting narratives, about silencing doubts, and about grabbing momentum in a season that will be judged by what happens when the pressure is highest. As the semifinals begin, every pass, every tackle, and every goal will carry the weight of all those expectations. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel.